Everywhere you go, you see the same thing. It doesn't stop. You keep jacking off. Sometimes it's not even like real women at this point, bro. That doesn't. You're on the drug of porn. It keeps going up. Like real drugs. The dosage keeps going up. More and more intense. You're starting to get a bit disgusted by yourself. You feel ashamed. But you keep going more and more intense. You feel like an addict at this point. And trust me, bro, I was probably in the same position. And it feels like trash. Joe wants to get onto NoFap. He's sick and tired of this constant jacking off, and this constant tiredness, and this constant shame. And he doesn't even like porn anyway, so he's decided to quit. Which is great of Joe. But he tries to go about it in the complete wrong way. He watches YouTubers that are probably taking him in the opposite direction. He doesn't hear any actual good advice. And he keeps going through the same cycle of relapsing over and over again. For months, years. He's so frustrated, he's so agitated. He knows this shouldn't be this hard. He's not sure what to do. But he's just going to keep watching the videos because maybe he'll figure it out eventually, mate. Alexander. When Alexander was struggling with NoFap, he treated it like just a friend, you know? He managed to grow himself into a person who just didn't fap anymore, instead of pretending he already was one. With this new identity, Alexander went forth into the world, and he conquers his addiction like he's conquered all of his addictions. Now he's a stronger man because of it. Your porn is honestly like a drug, bro. Sorry, is my voice a bit quiet today? Oh, no, but it's genuinely like a drug, bro. It just gets more and more intense, doesn't it, mate? Until you get to that sort of point where it genuinely starts to disgust you a bit. And then you feel like this sort of troll demon on the web. Just being gazing like that, just genuinely. It's pretty annoying, I guess. But it's I guess it's sort of just life, isn't it? But I think we can fix this, bro. If we literally just create a new identity for ourselves, but actually create a new identity, not just pretend we already are it, we can overcome this, bro. An identity of being relaxed and low tension, with control over our own minds, and actually working towards that. I think we will get our ultimate outcome of not fapping anymore. The trouble isn't, oh, I should just change my identity. The trouble is, how do I change my identity? What to? This is what I struggled with. You know? I would literally just be jacking off every other day. And I would genuinely feel like pretty annoyed. Because I would sort of... I was on this for like, what, 6 months at this point? And I felt like I couldn't even get to like 3 days without jacking off. Like, that's just ridiculous. And it was, bro. I felt so tired all the time. Like why? Like, I just felt like trash, bro. I still kept jacking off. I should have had an answer by now, bro. I shouldn't have waited this long to actually make progress. This is just ridiculous at this stage. Like, honestly, I was thinking all of those thoughts, mate. I just kept feeling worse. Like, at one point, bro, I saw some influencer, and he said, like, oh, I haven't, like, fapped for the last month. And he was, like, completely new to not doing it. No, I was genuinely like so angry. I went for like a very, very long walk or something. Like, I think I even like started jogging or something at one point. I was just so annoyed. Like, come on, bro. Like, you can do better than this guy. So what? Like, I relapsed. What? Like 2 days later. You know, like, it's pretty easy for us to like. It's pretty easy to be where I was, where you sort of you're fapping every other day, but you say to yourself that you're better than that, and that you're like, well, actually, bro, like I did this and I did this and I did this, and it's almost like you're constantly trying to self-validate your own like failure, bro. Like, yeah, sure, you're not perfect. I mean, am I perfect, mate? Like, far from it, bro. But I'll tell you what, bro. Like, honestly, that past version of me, he was a bit in his head. And he was sort of thinking like, oh, well, I can do better than that. I'm better than that. And, yeah, maybe you were, bro, but... Basically, I put in some hard work, and I just used that as validation to, like, sort of push like, really, really far and then not make consistent progress and just get pretty, like, low down. And it was just not a very good like existence, I guess. I felt like I deserved better, and I could achieve that. So after that month, I managed to put myself on the trajectory to get where I was now, and I'm really happy about that. This new identity. What a bully. Let me have some water, might fix my whole throat thing. Oh. Is that better? Yeah. This is annoying, bro. It's getting on me now. Hello. 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 Is that better? Yeah, okay, that's a bit better. Okay. So, we need to create this new identity. This new identity of someone who just doesn't fap. And once we have that created, we can now then work towards that identity. Instead of this weird thing where we're sort of pretending that we are that thing when we're really not. So, I think I've got a piece of paper over here. Somewhere here. Here it is, okay. There's some YouTube secrets on here, so I can't expose everything. Oh, no. Hold on. Okay, folding it up. Is that better? There we go. Okay, read that. Okay, do you see this here? I don't know if it's clear enough. So, at the middle here, we've got your identity. And then this outer layer, that's your process, and then this is your outcome. So most people, they focus on the outcome first. I want to stop fapping. and then they might focus on the process. To do this, I'm going to, I don't know, like, distract myself every time I fap, and then that's about as far as they go. Instead of going from the outside in, let's go from the inside out. Now, if you go from the inside out, a habit becomes more ingrained, like, into your, like, actual identity, and that's really good. So first, we've got to ask the question, who do we want to become? And I want you to write down someone with low tension, and control over mental fantasy. Write those two things down. That's your identity, bro. That's the identity that we are going to achieve. And then write down your process. We're going to achieve this by that breathing technique. We're going to achieve this by figuring out my purpose. We're going to achieve this by feeding through women. We're going to achieve this by relaxing around women. We're going to achieve this by doing all of these things, bro. Now I'm going to like teach you, like if you just keep watching the videos, I'm going to teach you all these things. You're going to learn how to do all these things. And this is how you achieve your new identity of low tension and control over mental fantasies. So first, one thing you can do is you can try just believing that you have very low tension in your body, and then you'll start acting like someone who's got low tension, and then you'll actually like start in like real life having low tension. So I think that will work. The trouble is trying to pretend like someone who doesn't fap. You might be like, why don't I just pretend to be someone who doesn't fap? It doesn't really work. It's just sort of like, I tried that and it sort of just gets in your head, and it's just like the thing that causes you to fap in the first place, your tension and your fantasy, they keep going up. So it's like you think you're someone who doesn't fap, but really you eventually it just gets so intense to a level where it's like you can't do anything but fap, right? So really, this is the identity we've got to go for. Otherwise, it's like it just doesn't work. I've already tried it with like the whole no fap thing. Or I'm just someone who doesn't fap, and that doesn't work. So those are the things to get to where we want to go, and the outcome of this is going to be that we don't fap anymore. So now that we've got all of that down, that is the journey we're going to go on. So start with your identity, right? Maybe if you want, you could just like write it on a piece of paper, stick it up on your wall. I find that's like probably like the best way to like stick to something. Like if you write like low tension and control over mental fantasy on your wall, it's not like your mom's gonna walk in like, oh, is your no fap? No, she's not like that. She's got no clue what that even means. So like, so it's a lot better than writing, oh, I'm on no fap on your wall or something. Like, so yeah, it would just. And if you write like that, and you just like, it will just catch your eye throughout the day, and then you just focus on it throughout the day, and you'll think about it, and you'll act like it, and that might actually stop you fapping. I don't know. You'll have to try it out for me. I haven't actually tried this out, but I think that might actually work. If not, at least it puts you on the path to stop fapping, so it's like win-win, I guess. So once you've got that, try and learn some of these techniques that I've been using, that I've been teaching as well. Because they are so good, bro. Like, they are, like, so good. They're, like, legendary techniques, mate. Like, there's so many I could go over. Like, we've got the breathing technique, we've got the purpose, we've got the feeding through women, we've got, but, like, embracing women, we've got that whole thing. I'm trying to remember some of us. We've got the whole, like, exercises to, like get rid of an erect. Like, there's so many things, bro. Like, Jesus. But, like, there's so many practices you can do. So like choose like a few of them and just like focus on them, and then maybe you could do another few, and we're just gonna keep grinding away at this. Oh, to achieve this new identity. And this is the way we're gonna make progress. So like literally, bro, like if you can achieve this identity, you'll never fap again. I mean, like I've achieved, honestly, bro, like I have achieved. I'm probably like a maybe like. I'm gonna rank myself. I'm probably like a 7 out of 10 on tension, and I'm probably like a 5 out of 10 on control over mental fantasies. Honestly, like I'm not that high level, but like still, like I haven't fapped in Jesus. trying to remember, like 19 days. Trying to, yeah, something like that. So like 20 days, something like that. Something like that. Like I remember it was like the Friday. It's Wednesday now, so but anyway. So like, I haven't trapped in 3 weeks, and I'm probably only like a 7 out of 10 on low tension and a 5 out of 10 on control over mental fantasy. So you don't have to get like to the extreme like 10 out of 10 levels to achieve really good results. I'd recommend you just rank yourself now and just try and keep improving. This is who you are now, bro. You're no longer this guy who you are now. You're now someone with low tension. And someone who has low tension, they sit up straight, they relax their body, they don't tense their muscles. Even when they're like jacking off, bro, like their muscles are always relaxed. Do they breathe like really shallowly, or do they breathe deeply, mate? Like, they breathe pretty deeply throughout the day, like when they can. And like someone with control over their mental fantasies, they control it. They control the fantasy when it arrives, not 9 hours later when it's been suppressed and then comes back in a greater form. That's when they do it. Then they just let themselves experience it and overcome it in the moment. They don't run away from it. Integrate those two identities into yourself, and that is honestly the best way. That's the best way I could honestly teach you, bro. If you can integrate those two identities into yourself, honestly, mate, you'll make so much progress. You'll literally go like actual places. Like none of this like sort of annoying like low progress, don't know what to do, and more of this sort of okay, let's go, bro. Let's do this, mate. You'll feel a lot more happy, mate. Honestly, that's the best thing I could teach my younger self. To integrate that identity into himself instead of just the identity of like not fapping. It doesn't make sense anyway. Yeah, this is the advice I wish I had. But these no-fap YouTubers just never teach anyone. I hope it really helped, because I know it would have helped me. So, my name is Sam. Fix your brokenness for your purpose.